Maybe I should put it.
All right.
Oh, I just got a ding.
We're live.
I got a little ding.
Hey, sis.
6 seconds ago. Hello.
So I titled our thing Chit Chat with Rachel and our Goodwill Outlet haul. And then in the description, I put the good and the bad of our Goodwill Outlet trip. So
that's very accurate.
It is. And we're kind of excited to see like what we did good and what we didn't do so good and what we thrifted well and what we didn't. So let's check and see. And so what we're going to do tonight is we're going to, we each kind of picked out some of our favorite haul items and some of the duds that sometimes you just don't know until you get home and you look at things and then you're like, oh crap, that's not what I wanted and that's not going to work, or that's broken or stained or ripped or not complete. And so we're going to show you guys the reality of the Goodwill bins, and when you're on a time crunch and you don't have a lot of time to look through everything that you've grabbed, or the lighting is so bad that you can't see all the flaws that are really in the item. So that's what we're going to do. And so first, Rachel, have you done anything fun today? Like, did you do anything with reselling or anything interesting?
I listed some shoes, and just a couple, the couple that and some that I thought were more valuable on my first skim over were not as much, really, when I went and actually looked a little closer. So that was kind of a bummer, but that's really all I accomplished today. Our fire alarm went off in the basement, I guess due to humidity, at 2:30 in the morning last night.
Great.
And I was the only one who woke up. So if I'm ever not home and our house is on fire, everyone else apparently is going to sleep through it. But and then Annabelle, of course, got up at like 4. So I had a really long night that led into a half day, my son's last day of school. So that took a lot of my energy and time.
Yeah.
That was my day. How was yours?
It was good. I actually did get some stuff done today. Oh, hey, I was able to get the live chat on here. Cool.
Okay, cool.
I was able to get some stuff done today. I finished up some photos. I did some cleaning. I made brownies with the girls, and then I did some listing. I have a major death pile, so I had a ton of bags that I've been collecting, like the international, what is it called? They're like the hippie boho bags that slouch, crossbody bags that I've been collecting. I have like 3 or 4 of them that I finally got at least drafts done in photos. And I had this beautiful Lucky Brand, like I love Lucky Brand stuff. I love that boho look. And so I had this beautiful suede brown leather canvas with brown butterflies on it. It just is too big for me though. And I think I bought it at the thrift store for like $3 or $4. So I have it on Poshmark now, and I have it on, I'm going to be putting it up on eBay for like $45. So I'm excited for that. But so I got like 20 drafts done. I've sold 4 things today, not super big items. But that's okay. I'm happy. Like, I'm selling some stuff, so I'm good with that. And then we get to do this fun haul. I've been looking forward to it. I've got stuff behind me. This is all our stuff from the Goodwill Outlet. And then I have a whole chair over here of stuff I'm going to show you guys. So do we want to just get started on our...
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's dive in.
Okay. So first, I got to get ready. Here's one of my best finds, baby. There's my husband back there. I got 2 pairs of aviator sunglasses. So these ones I love. They're so cool. Then these ones make me look like a bug because I have a small head. What do you think?
I like them. You do look like a bug.
I look like I've just had eye surgery. I look like I've had eye surgery and I'm like 85, and so I need to wear those special glasses that the surgeons give you.
It makes me think of clearly I've watched too many children's movies, but the monsters. What is it? I think it's called Monsters.
They look better on you.
But there's like a killer fly in it. Anyway, yeah. Makes me think of that.
Okay, so what I was thinking was I'll show a couple things and then I'll turn it over to you to show a couple things. And I think we should start out with our good stuff first and then move to our not so good stuff. Like, oh, we probably should have double checked that a little bit better. Does that sound good?
Sounds good with me.
Okay.
I have everything ready to go.
Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay. First good find was, well, okay, first I have to say my chairs. We went into furniture first. If you guys watch our previous video, it showed like video from when we were there. So we always hit the furniture place first. And I'm looking to replace all my chairs around my table with just random farm chairs that I love. And so I got 2 of these chairs. It's awesome. I'm going to paint them, leave the wicker on the bottom, and I got those for 99 cents each. So I was thrilled. Like that, you can't find that kind of deal anywhere. So I was very excited about that. So that's something for me though. I'm not reselling, but I just thought that I had to show that. Okay, so one of the things I found was this was in a bin that had been totally looked through already. And I was looking through it and I picked it up, and it's one of those things that when you start doing this, you can tell when something is good quality. You don't just have to look it up. You just know, okay, this is going to be good. So this was one of them, and it is a duffel bag. I'll try to put it in the light a little bit better so you guys can see because our lighting in here is not the best. And this is, the brand is Cutter and Buck. So for those of you who know it, and it has like this beautiful like plaid lining, and it's just gorgeous. So it has leather trim. It's a nice big weekend bag. The only thing is that it's missing its shoulder strap, so that's kind of a bummer. But even with missing its shoulder strap, I should be able to get about $35 to $45 for it. So it has no holes. It's in really good shape. Super excited about that. So that was one of my first really good finds that I'm excited about getting listed if I do get it listed. So
you'll get it listed.
I will. I know. I'm slowly getting around to stuff. So another thing that I got, one more thing is, and this was in when they finally brought out, because we were wanting to look at linens. They finally brought out a linens. No, this was in the kids. Okay, so they had lots of toys. They were bringing out like rows of toys and stuff. And before we were done, we were almost done. We almost had to leave. They brought out this whole row of toys. And like there was no room. Like everybody was just, blah, you know, they were just digging through this. And I'm like, I hate that. Like I always wait until everybody's already looked through it. And then I go and kind of search through. So this was in there. And it is it's a paddleboard vest, and it's called Lotus Design. And again, I grabbed it and I'm like, this is something nice. Looked it up, and sure enough, they go for about $50. So I was super excited when I found that. I'll probably put it up for like 35 or 40 and see what happens. So those are a couple of my good finds so far. Oh, and I spent a total of $79 in the Goodwill Outlet, not including my $2 that I spent on my chairs. So right there between these two, I should pay for my entire trip for these 2 items. Okay, your turn, Rachel.
So I can start out with, I'm pretty sure everything I bought won't be paying for my entire trip. which is a bummer. I'm just going to say hello to our one person who's not a family member in the live chat.
Yes, hi, is it Rochelle?
Yeah.
I hope I'm saying that right. Let me know if I'm saying that right, because my name is Rochelle, so that would be cool if it was very similar. So hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us in our little live call. Okay, I'm done.
Our Wednesday night adventures. Okay, so my things that I was excited to find was I found this size 2 19, she said close enough, 1950s nightgown and slip. They list it as toddler's lingerie wardrobe, which I thought was interesting. So, and it's all completely here, and most of it's not cut out, which was pretty exciting. And then I didn't get this with you. I got this when I was not thrifting, and it is a for my own collection. It's a book on how to make your own hats from the 50s. I think it's like 51. And it teaches you how to make your own hats at home from the very beginning. I was pretty excited about that. For 79 cents, which I could look into how much I could get it on eBay, but I don't even know if I'm going to make my own hats. I just know that I could. And then I think your girls will be getting this because I'm going to hack it and make it for everybody. But it's an apron, a little girl's apron.
Cute.
That's reversible, and it's the open back style, so they can just pop their head in. And it's got little ballerinas on it, and it's got pockets and really pretty scalloped edging.
Did you get that at the bins?
I got that at the bins, and I knew the girls would like the fabric, so I just grabbed the fabric, and then when I got home, I realized it was an apron, and was happy, and was happy that it was. So then the other thing that I was torn on getting, and I'm really happy that I did, and I'll show everybody. I just took my earbud out. Let me flip because it's too big to pick up. Well, I could, but right there. This giant horse stuffed animal I got to sell. It's worth $50 on eBay, but my daughter is enjoying it. She's been watching her Sophia the First and riding the horses.
Yes. And
then I got this bed that I'm going to make into a bench for my entryway room. So those are my awesome finds. Let me flip us back around here. See one of my not so awesome finds through my sewing machine.
That was just
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
He was like in the corner, like peeking out. Ooh.
I know. Hold on. I'm trying to flip it back. It's just the hobo man. Flip back. All right.
I really think you need to give that to Sam for Father's Day. That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh. So that was the idea. Oh my gosh. So I flip it back and then it leave it alone.
He doesn't want you to flip it back. Oh.
Yeah, he's watching me, right?
Maybe you shouldn't have got that.
So I knew that this was vintage. I knew it was like 50s, 60s. It took me a little while to look it up, but some of them sell for pretty good money. Of course, the one that I got is like $10. And it's listed as like tchotchke, hillbilly moonshine man.
That's perfect.
But they sell, just not for very much. And he's like a rubber. And then I got, I think I showed you this one, this kangaroo that I was super excited. It's called Dream Pets. He has a little injury that I have scotch taped. That's the also only like $15.
But he's pretty cool.
He is pretty cool, but he's very fragile. I thought that those would go for a little more. My other dud would be, this is what happens when you don't sort before you leave and they bring linens out that you've been waiting for all day. You get an entire box of patterns that you don't need or want and no one else wants to buy. I have 25 patterns from the 90s. Some gems. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, it gets better. How about this one? Ooh.
That's like from Friends.
Yeah. So wait, here's one you'll really excuse the paper noise of me digging. But there might be someone who will actually like this, but remember those really big remember when those really big pants were trendy?
Those balloon pants?
Like, yeah, like the real, not balloon, but like, here we go. Like really wide-legged pants.
Oh, yeah, they're like gaucho kind of.
Yeah. Look at that. I got 2 patterns.
That's awesome.
For the person who wants to bring.
I might take those from you just because I want my legs to look bigger than they are.
Right.
Because my goal is to make my legs look bigger. Because that'd be awesome.
This will date me, but this makes me think of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like
yes.
with the
That's
crop
funny.
and the.
Yeah, you're a bit younger than me, so that would be.
I was a big fan. I mean, am a big fan.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Real quick,
go ahead.
Welcome, Maggie. Thanks for watching. I see that you're in the chat, so thank you. And
Awesome.
is it Reselly? Is that how you pronounce it? Let me know if I say that right, because you kind of spelled it out for me. And I'm a labor and delivery nurse, so I get to do babies. Here's my little 5-year-old coming to say hello. We're trying to do the chat a little bit earlier tonight, so if anybody's watching in the Midwest or East Coast, we know that you're way far ahead of us, even though it's only like 8:30 our time. So that's Esther.
Yeah.
So yes. Okay, so keep going. Sorry, interrupted.
Oh, so here's my big bummer. Remember, I found this really cool educational play poncho.
Yes.
You put the ball in the middle, and so I got it in the linens, and I just threw it in. It's torn. There's a huge hole in the middle. It's thin. So I'm gonna sew it and put it and still try and list it for something for my time. I mean, it's really light, but I am gonna mend it, and I'll put that in the listing that I mended it, and it's not made to last forever. It'll be like a through the summer kind of thing. That was disappointing. But those are my big letdowns. Oh, I should also show you the pile of patterns that have no home. I'll just pick them up. I'll just show you like this. I'm afraid to flip my camera around now because now you'll just get scary hobo man. But all these I paid for.
Okay, so
at least they're light.
I have to tell you, when that row of linens came out, and Rachel was on one side and I was on the other, and I found a bunch of really cool a bunch of really cool patterns, and I was being selective because I could tell that some of them like were 90s that I didn't want, and I was putting them back, and this lady was kind of throwing some over to me, and I was like, I don't want those, I don't want those, I don't want those. And then you went to that end, and she gave them all to you.
Yeah.
And then you put them in your cart. So I thought that was kind of funny because they were ones that I had passed up, but I can show you the ones I got. Well,
I wish you would have said, like,
I didn't know. I saw somebody
I
handing them to you, but I didn't know that you hadn't looked over them. So I didn't realize
she was this
took them.
Yeah, she was this very nice, not English speaking lady who literally grabbed anything that looked like a pattern, handed it to me, and I just said thank you and took it all because I thought I'd have time to sort it, you know? I was just like, I'm just gonna stuff this in my cart and I'll divvy it up later. She would hand me like
A handful.
so many patterns. Yeah.
Yeah, that stinks. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, show me yours because we didn't normally our outlet has tables and discard bins.
Okay.
And we'll sort through our stuff and discard.
Yeah.
But they got rid of that section, so we were kind of just trying to sort in the middle of or in a corner, stay out of people's way. It was really inconvenient because we didn't get to share with each other either what we had found. But let me see your patterns.
Okay. So wow, Risela, you're from New York. It is late for you, very late. So, but thanks for watching anyway. You can catch up later if you need to go. I totally get it. And Ohio, Jenny, hi from Ohio. How exciting. Okay, so you're going to die, Rachel, when you see these patterns. They're so
Am I
cute.
going to be mad at you?
Yes.
Oh.
So there's the first one. I'm probably going to end up giving them to you anyway, so happy birthday. Let's see. Okay, here's another one. It's like total, this is totally me, like total 70s.
Yeah.
I should have been born in the 70s or the 60s. Okay, so here, so awesome too.
Love it.
Yeah. But these are all like size 10, size 12, which is like a size 4 now. Like these are
yeah.
tiny.
I
But
would
this is
actually
super
say,
cool.
yeah. Oh yeah, I like that one.
For like the pinafores.
I would say sell the ones that are never gonna fit me, and then give
Right.
me all the kids ones.
Yeah.
Give
Okay,
me
so
all the
here,
little girls ones.
here's like a vintage 70s nightgown set and pajama set, like the total flannel like you would do in the winter time for your girls. And oh, here's an awesome like 70s like culottes and vests and shirts and jackets. Like super cool. And I tried to, you know, because I know, Rachel, you said make sure the patterns are complete. So I looked through most of them and it looks like they're mostly complete patterns. So that's pretty cool. So I think that's all that I found was there. Okay, so we have a question. Oh. Have you sold patterns before and do they sell? It depends on the pattern. Rachel, you can answer that question.
So I have found that it depends on the pattern. You want to actually look for patterns that are factory folded that haven't been opened, and you want them to be complete. And it depends on how cheap you're getting them and how old they are, if they're trendy. What I usually do is I'll look up the pattern number and then I'll lot them according to size and how old they are. And then I'll usually sell 6 of them for $20. And sometimes people do me a best offer of lower. I won't go any lower than 12. I can ship 6 in a padded flat rate. Easy. If you find any that are designed by a designer, those go better. And then any that are historical patterns sell really well too. Oh, costume patterns. Yeah, costume patterns sell pretty well.
Yeah. So what's happening is I'm seeing this trend of like my mom's age, like 60s, people that were born in the 50s, they made a lot of their own clothes. And sewing was really, really big when I was little. Like my mom made all of our clothes. So then my generation and the generation after me, we just got so used to buying at Target. Like everything was made so cheap. Everything's from China. Everything's inexpensive. You don't need to make your own clothes. It's actually less expensive to make your own clothes. But right now, there's a growing trend of moving back towards repurposing and redoing what our mothers did and our grandmothers did and learning the trade all over again. So sewing and knitting and crocheting is all coming back. And I'm seeing more and more younger women that are really getting into sewing and knitting and crocheting and really making it their own and making their own style and their own statement and repurposing older materials that maybe would be too expensive in the store. And they're starting this whole trend again. So it's becoming more popular. You're not going to make a ton of money selling patterns, but there are a lot of desirable patterns and materials out there.
Yeah, a lot of people are trying to move away from fast fashion is what the, you know, your landfill fashion, and move more towards pieces that are staples and are going to last in your wardrobe. Capsule wardrobes are very popular, and not everyone can afford.
Okay, explain what that is. What's a capsule wardrobe?
Okay, so a capsule wardrobe is where you dwindle down your wardrobe per the season to multiple pieces that all go together. So out of, let's say, 15 pieces, shirts, tops, skirts, coats, they're all in a similar color palette, and you wear those through the spring. And then you know, if you have a limited income or you just want to get away from fast fashion, there's lots of different reasons why people do it. Sometimes they just want to buy better quality and have it last through a few seasons. And they're moving more towards sewing because you can buy one pattern and make multiple tops from that pattern for your capsule wardrobe out of you know, a bolt of fabric. And you can even tie it into other seasons. It's pretty cool. I am a beginner sewer, but I'm hooked. I'm addicted. I just got my dress form with Shelly on Monday, and we're still thinking of a name for her. I'm looking at her as she is wearing my dress in the corner here, and I'm pretty excited. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. And reselling, you're right. Upcycling is definitely on the rise, and that's one of the things I love about reselling on eBay is that and both Rachel and I have talked about this, us going to the Goodwill Outlet, like everything we buy there is like, this is the last ditch effort before it ends up in a landfill. So I don't feel bad about purchasing awesome things at the Goodwill Outlet and reselling it because it's going to end up in a landfill anyway. And if I can provide a service for somebody and provide something that somebody's looking for or wanting at a decent price, and I make a living off of that, like, that's awesome. Then we both win because you get something that you wouldn't have been able to find in your area, and I get to help provide for my family at the same time. So it's a win-win situation. I'm not ashamed of that I'm a reseller. I think that it's awesome, and I think that I'm doing our society a service that not everybody can do. So that's good. Okay, another good find. I'll move on. These I found. Where's my other one? Oh, okay, so we are like, we're at the bins and we need to leave. Like, we're like, okay, time crunch, we have to get out of here. We needed to, and then of course we look up and there's like a huge line of people and there's one checkout person. And we're like, oh my gosh, we both have carts like overflowing. But I look and what they have is on the sides of the Goodwill Outlet, they have these big, huge bins, like fabric bins that people throw their things that they don't want in. And I always look in them because you never know what you're going to find. So I found two things. I found like a 1950s wool, like lap blanket. And then I found these, which are Coach flip-flops. And there's women's size 6, and they're in really good shape. So I'm super excited to get these up on Poshmark, most likely. I'll put them both on eBay and Poshmark. I'll cross post them. I've been trying to do that more. I'm not a big Poshmark person, but I've been trying to double list things that I feel like would sell well. And I've been selling. I actually sold a dress today, a Tommy Bahama dress that I kind of wanted to keep for myself, but I ended up selling it. So whatever. But so these I found, so these are selling for anywhere from $35 to $45. And that's super exciting because shoes at the Goodwill Outlet are $1.19 a pound. And these probably weigh 10 ounces. So less than $1 that I paid for these. And I should be able to make about 40 bucks off of them. So that was a good find. I always find kids' shoes. They had a ton of shoes there, you guys, a ton of shoes. And the sad thing is that, okay, so here's what people do is that they, when the shoes come out, there are like professional shoe grabbers there. And what they'll do is they'll grab like one shoe of a really popular brand or that's a really good shoe, and then they hoard it away. So when you go look through, you only find one shoe, and you search and you search and you cannot find the other shoe. And it's because somebody else is standing off to the side and they have all the other one shoes, and they just wait for everybody to be done, and then they'll go back and find the match. So it's really, really frustrating because we missed out on a lot of really good shoes because there was only one. Anytime you find like kids Tevas or Keens, I mean, these are Keens, but Tevas too are really good. So I found these kids Keens. I should be able to sell them for about 15 bucks. Rachel, you gave these to me. I washed them up. They're like little Toms. I'll probably only sell them for like $5 or $6, but because they're pretty used. Oh, there's my 3-year-old Charlotte. Toms sell really well, especially women's sizes that are in good shape on auction. They do really well. These also, okay, so in one of the bins when we first got there, I was looking at shoes and I found, again, one shoe, and this is a Converse. We find lots and lots of Converse. They sell okay, between 15 and 20 bucks. So for what we're paying for them, these are really cool. They have like these metal studs on them. They're in really good shape. They're women's size 7.5, men's size 5.5. Converse always does the men's and women's sizes because they're kind of a unisex, like anybody can wear them. And then Rachel found the other shoe in a bin that was brought out like an hour after we already got there. She's like, hey, I got the other shoe. So that's so funny that they had, but I was psyched to find both of those shoes. So the shoe find that was awesome were these. They're super 90s. I love 90s stuff. These are Nike Aqua Gear. Can you guys see that? Okay. All right. And then Nike here, they're in really good shape. I don't know if you can see. All the elastic is there. There's no holes. They're not cracked. They're not wearing. The fabric is really good. I should be able to sell these for about $35. And they're a women's size 9, which is awesome. That's what I wear. So those are in really good shape. Let's see, what else did I get? Oh, this was super funny. It's brand new in the box. I might keep it for myself. It's a 20.
I love it.
It's a 27-ounce glass, and this will hold almost an entire bottle of wine. It's just funny. Like, it's just one of those goofy things. I could sell it and probably sell it for like $15, but I might just keep it for myself because it's pretty funny, and it's glass. So, and it's in the box. I thought that was really cool.
Shelly,
go ahead.
when we do our sleepover on Thursday, should we do our live chat that night so we can do it together?
That is a great idea. That would be really fun. That would
be really fun. And we can break in your huge wine glass.
Yes. I think that would be great. We could share it. We could have a straw.
Yes. We could make it like a milkshake, a wine milkshake for 2.
Well, you know, I have chocolate wine here.
Yeah, I have chocolate wine. It's pretty old. I bought it because you said it was good, and I haven't tried opening it yet.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Okay, a couple more things that I got that I liked were, and this again was right before we left. This is can you see the brand? It's a Royal Robbins. And this is a really nice like hiking camping skirt. And it's like a olive army green cargo skirt, stretch, size 6. I should be able to get about $20 for that. So that was a great find, super lightweight. And then again, while we were going through the linens, you just never know what you're going to find too, because you could be going through linens and find shoes or hard goods, or you can be going through the hard goods and find clothes. Like you just know what, you don't know what you're going to find. So, and Rachel had said she actually came across this shirt and wasn't sure what it was and put it back. And then because she starts on one end and I kind of started on the other, because we look for different things. So we kind of passed each other. And then I found it, picked it up, put it in my cart, and I'm like, yes, thank you. And it is an Ex Officio. So this is a brand to be looking out for. It's a really good, this is a men's size large. It's a blue button front, and it's vented in the back, and it's vented on the sides. It's excellent for hiking. You know, we live in the Pacific Northwest, where REI, Columbia, Burton, like any snowboarding, hiking, outdoor stuff, the North Face, like all of those brands are very well known around here. Nike, I mean, the Nike main store is in Portland, Oregon, which is not far. You know, it's about 3 or 4 hours from us. So we come across a lot of Columbia, Nike, REI. I mean, we have REI stores in Bellingham and Seattle, like not far from us, like the main stores. So we do come across a lot of those stores. So a couple of duds that I got where I was really excited. And I mentioned this in our video that we did, but I found these wingtip Danskos, which are cool. I love Danskos. They're my favorite shoe. Being a nurse, I live in them. I have probably like 10 pair myself. And these are the most comfortable shoes you can buy. And you can see that these are really nice. They're older style. They're probably maybe 10 years old or so, or maybe even older. Okay, so they were great. Like they've got a little bit of wear to them, but they're not bad. But when I got home, I really started looking at them, and on one of the shoes, like somebody had like rubber cemented the whole back of it, because the whole back had like kind of worn out on the inside, and it got probably really hard. So somebody just put like rubber cement like all on the back lining. So I don't know. I'm going to have to put that in the listing, but that's going to really affect the value of the shoe a lot. And if I would have noticed that while we were in there, I probably wouldn't have gotten them. So that was kind of a bummer, but I'll still list them, and they'll probably still sell, just not for as much. So yeah. And then another thing that I got was, I found like a stash of Pyrex lids, like 5 of them. And I went ahead and bought them because I thought, oh, who doesn't need a replacement lid for their vintage Pyrex? Well, I don't know if any of them are vintage. Maybe 2 of them are. And I'm like, how am I going to sell these lids? They're like glass lids, and who am I going to sell them to? So I don't know what I'm going to do with those. And they're heavy and they're glass, and I don't want to ship them. So I don't know what I'm going to do.
So I was shopping on eBay today. Towards the end of my research, I was doing a bunch of chat. You can read it over real quick, Shelly.
Mm-hmm.
Chime in. And I found some lids that were for sale by other people. And it looks like they're moving and selling pretty well. So I think you should still just put the measurements in and give it a try. I know that when I took a lot of my Pyrex into the antique store, because I had decided that I was going to start collecting more of the pink gooseberry and less of all the hodgepodge stuff that I had picked up, all she bought was my lids, because she said it was so much easier to find good quality of the rest and hard to find the lids. Knowing what I know now, I should have sold all that on eBay. But at the time, I just wanted room in my little corner cabinet to display my gooseberry.
Yeah. So what do you think? Should I send, or should I sell them as a lot, or should I try to sell my lids separately?
I would go with separately to start out with. And then if you're sitting on them for when you're just ready to move them, then lot them up, and you might get someone who is an antique dealer that sells Pyrex, has a large collection, and might just buy your whole lot to flip for themselves.
Okay.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could go into the local little antique store. I can tell you which one and see if she'll buy your lids, but I think you'll get more off eBay than from her. Enough to get Sam and I lunch that day. And really, probably, I got super ripped off. Knowing what I know now.
Right.
So, she got a good deal from me.
Yeah, she did.
There is one thing that I'm gonna grab real quick. All those vintage hankies that I picked up.
Oh yeah.
They don't really sell so well on eBay. But I did want to show you because they're gorgeous. And I was thinking about naming my sewing form Dorothy because one of them is really pretty and it has Dorothy engraved in it. So cool. I'm gonna grab it real quick. While I'm doing that, do you want to talk about how every time we go to the bins, it's a different experience?
Yes.
You never know what you're going to get. And I feel like when we make a game plan, that's when it doesn't happen.
Yeah. So the last couple times that Rachel and I went, we were hoping, or we were going to look at clothes and all that kind of stuff. And they had like 6 or 7 like rows of linens. Like that's all they had was linens. So, you know, and Rachel was like in linen heaven and I was like, where are the clothes? Cause I have more clothes. And so that was harder for me, but I've recently become a lot more interested in the linens, especially since I've sold a quilt and some sheets, some vintage sheets that were so inexpensive. And so I thought, you know, I really want to look at linens and I have clothes coming out of my ears. Like I really hardly got any clothes. So I really don't want to get a lot of clothes. And so we get there and we look in there and you can see on our video, there's like no linens. Usually there's, you know when there's a linen row because it's just mounded high all the way to the end. It was lots of houseware stuff, lots of shoes, you know, just kind of stuff like that. So that was kind of a bummer, but they did have like 2 or 3 rows of linens as well and bags. They had bags. Oh, I forgot. I don't have my fanny pack.
Oh yeah, you got to show your fanny pack.
I bought a fanny pack. I gotta find it. So while you're showing your hankies. I'll find my fanny pack because that was one thing I said in the video before was that I keep looking for a fanny pack so that I don't have to put all my stuff in Rachel's while we're shopping, and now I found one and it's awesome. It's like total vintage 90s, so I'll look for it while you're showing your hankies.
So I'm gonna continue to collect hankies because they're all different, they're all unique, they're very light. You can lot them together. And what I've seen is that a lot of people are, I saw in my Vintage Repurposing magazine, I saw in my Magnolia Farms magazine, a lot of people are taking textiles and using them as artwork, using them as pillows, just getting really creative with them. And you're not gonna go into Joann's Fabric or Walmart and find these kind of things. You're going to have to source for them. So I know there's a buyer out there. I just don't know what price point to set it at and if it's worth my time. But they're so pretty that I couldn't pass up on them. So I'm going to show you real quick. I'll show you the awesome ones first. So there's this one, like a roses.
Ooh, I like that.
And then this is, oh, this color is so trendy right now, this teal. This one. And I have more. I just grabbed the couple. This one's just white and black. So I'm thinking that these were probably all Dorothy's because they were all together. And they weren't in the linens. I think they were in the shoes of all places. And when you were talking about shoes, here's Dorothy. Isn't that beautiful?
That is so pretty.
That's a keeper, I think. But I had these Coach jellies with a bow. They were black jelly flip-flops. And I know that those would sell very well. And I knew they were a size 7. But if they had been my size, I would have probably spent the whole day hunting for those shoes for myself. Because I tried them on in the store and just couldn't justify spending that money on jelly flip-flops. But I wanted them. And I never found the other one. I was really bummed.
Yeah.
I put a whole bunch of shoes back. I probably put 20 pairs of shoes that I knew were valuable that I could only find one.
Yeah.
And there were times where I felt like the professional shoe guys were stalking me because they probably had my other shoe. But it may have been in my head or not. I could have totally been right.
And that's another reason why when you're at the bins to go through all the rows, because as people are sorting through their things, they're putting stuff back and they don't put it back where they found it. They just throw it in the nearest bin to them. So you'll be in the clothes bin and you'll find shoes and glasses and cups and all kinds of stuff. Like one of the, and it's just amazing. Like, I just love going because it really is a treasure hunt every time you go and you just never know what you're going to get. But remember that glass pitcher that I bought? I don't know if you remember, it was like a drink pitcher and it had like a little lid in it. And I was like,
I don't remember. I know we were looking through glass.
Yeah. So I found this
together.
really cool, like ribbed glass pitcher with a divoted handle in it. And, it's actually, I just liked it because I'm like, sweet, I could put my tea in here. I could put my iced coffee, put it in the fridge. It's nice and narrow. And it's actually a vintage made in France. And it has like a name. I can't remember the name of it now. It's in my dishwasher right now, but they go for like $40. And I was like, whoa, I bought it for myself. And that was pretty cool that it actually was worth something. So are you
going to sell it?
Probably. No, I don't know. I don't really want to ship glass. I'm so afraid to ship glass. Just because one, it's heavy, and two, I'm just so afraid of breaking it and that I'm not going to pack it well enough. And so I don't know. I'll probably just keep it because I really did like it for myself. But that's okay. And I did buy a pair of, I grabbed a pair of 7 for All Mankind jeans. They're size 30, which is a good size. That's like a size 10 in women's, but they're boot cut. They're not the 7 for All Mankind has really gone down in value. The Dojo still does really well, but those are the wide leg ones. But the boot cut ones are just like, I might get 15 for them. But they're stained. They were really dirty when I got them, but most everything is dirty at the bins anyway. But I washed them twice actually, and they have like some paint stains on them. They're pretty distressed. So I was kind of bummed. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that a lot of those stains would come out, but some of them didn't. But that's the risk you take going there. So you just, you don't know. Probably the grossest thing that was there when we went was right before we were going to leave. I saw a huge spider crawl. Did you see that spider?
I did. And then I enjoyed watching the staff freaking out about who was going to smush it because it crawled into like the carts section.
Uh-huh.
And I just laughed and wandered away because it was pretty crazy. It's we usually go on Sundays, mm-hmm. and it's definitely a different crowd on a weekday. This was our first time going on a weekday together, and I actually think I prefer the Sunday crowd. They're much more casual than the weekday professional. Because when you were talking about toys, what you didn't mention is that it was only 3 bins of the usual like 5 where you can get at it from 2 sides. Mm-hmm. This toy bin that we were digging through, they had put on the wall, and there was only 3 bins. And so it was literally like everyone in the store that had been fighting through all the other ones that were usually 5 and you could get it from both sides all at 1 3 container. I mean, I was getting like elbow checked and just gave up. That's too intense for me to look through vintage toys that are partially broken.
Yeah.
It was way too intense. I had a moment where I was like, my cart is full enough. I'm good. I can walk away from this. So
yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, in those bins, we found some pretty cool older, like Sorry Gabe and Hi-Ho Cheerio, for any of those of you who remember that. And of course, any of those older Hasbro games, the older ones, the vintage ones, even from anything 90s and older, the quality is like so much better than anything you can buy today. So always buy those older vintage games when you can find them, especially if they have all the pieces to them. So we found a Hi-Ho Cheerio, we found a Sorry game, and what was the other one? Chutes and Ladders, and both in really, really good condition. Oh, thanks, honey. So
I haven't got to look through them yet. They're still on my kitchen table for my family to play. But I did find out that we already had Sorry. So if your family needs Sorry, we have that one. I didn't realize we already had it.
I'm pretty sure we're missing half the pieces, so I might take it.
Okay.
I did find. Go ahead.
Go. Oh, I bought the Gone with the Wind board game, not being able to look it up, and it doesn't really sell that well. So I think we might be playing it on Thursday, you and I, and then maybe I'll still sell it. But
there you go. Especially with the glass of wine, we're gonna do good.
Yeah.
I did find this vintage Brio from Sweden game, and it does have the original marble in it. The marble is rusted, but it's in there, and there is a little bit of I think there's a broken string on it, so we're gonna see if we can fix it. But if I can get it working good with the box, I'll probably be able to get $25 to $30 for it. So most games, if they're worth anything, I do not hang on to them because my children break everything. Nothing I get is nice. I cannot have anything nice. So if anything is worth anything, it's out of here. I sell it as soon as I can. And that's just the reality.
I don't know how many times how many times we've said that to each other. We don't get to have nice things.
We don't get to have nice things. It's just the reality of having kids, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. I don't buy things with the intent of keeping them. So anything else you want to share, or do we have any other questions?
No,
Does anybody have any more questions?
Yeah, we just had did you ever find money in any clothes? And all I could think of is you found $5 in a pocket once.
I found $5.
I always look through the wallets and the purses, and I always look in the pockets. I haven't found money, but I found results for an STD test in one of my coats, which I washed in the washing machine. I think I was with you, wasn't I?
Yes.
I think that was the only thing that I found that in a pocket, but I would have rather not found that. I haven't found any money. I did find money in the bins when I was next to you to realize that it was my own money that had fallen out of my pocket. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But
I did lose one of my credit cards once at the bins, and I realized it when I went to pay and I couldn't find it. And fortunately I had another one, but I immediately canceled that card. Like before I even got to the car, it was like cancel this card, because they don't require ID at our Goodwill outlet. Like you just put your card in credit and they'll just charge it. So they don't require any ID. They just do it. So, so we're going to be our plan is to be going to the bins this summer almost every week if we can, picking a day a week just to go down there. My husband laughs. He's like, yeah, okay. So we're hoping to be able to put up, I think these haul videos are really fun. And if you guys watch watch our video of the bins, and if you want it longer, or if you want a little bit more information on it, or if you like that kind of a video. I like it because it was short and quick, and it's easy to watch. And so let me know if you guys like that, or if you want to see more videos like that, then we can film more while we're in there. Or if you want more specifics, like of actually like when we're sorting, like what we're actually sorting through, stuff like that. So I can do that too. What do you?
Sorry, I was just monitoring the chat there. Someone just tuned in when I was talking about STD results. That's pretty funny. That's like the worst time to chime in too. Timed that perfectly. Yeah, I really enjoy our trip to the bins, but I was a participant, so I guess I don't really get to comment on it. I think if we found something really exciting, I would definitely want to do a little teaser video. You know, come visit us on Wednesday night to find out how this turned out, or if we bought it. Like, just for them to see the mountain of linens, it's so exciting. But we didn't get that, so for me, it's exciting.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Well, I'm ready to head out. Are you good, Shelly? Is there anything else?
So. I think I showed everything I was going to show, and we got a lot of lots of other stuff, but just kind of smaller stuff and things that. Oh, I have one more thing to show. I found in pieces this really cool. It's a 1978. It's a Garfield photo album. It's missing one. I could not find the 5th photo album, but each one is like a different like season for Garfield, and it's where you put your photos. So I can't find any other ones like this online on eBay. I mean, I haven't spent a ton of time looking for it. But anybody who loves Garfield, like, these are so cool, and they've never been used. I wish I could have found the other one, but I didn't. I'm so bummed. But I'll still put them up and see if anybody's interested in them. I just thought it was really cool. And these were like spread out, like the box was empty. I didn't even find the box till 3/4 of the way down. And I was like picking up one at a time. I picked up one and thought, oh, this is really cool. And then I found another and another, and then I found this box, and then I found another one, and I went back through and I couldn't find the 5th one. So I was kind of bummed. But if anybody's ever seen these, let me know, or what you think. So I thought that was kind of cool. But anyway, that's all I have for tonight. Does anybody have anything to add? Or Rachel, do you have anything else to add?
Next week we will not be going to the bins. My babysitter is on vacation. So
right.
We will be doing our live chat together with the monster bottle of wine, or glass of wine rather, and multiple bottles of wine. And I think it'll be pretty fun, and we're going to play Gone with the Wind.
Yes.
Afterwards, or possibly just pass out, something like that.
So anybody who watches this, if you guys have a topic you want us to talk about beforehand, share it with us, and we will set a topic around what you guys want to hear and what you want us to talk about, and we can do that.
I mean, I'm just going to throw an idea out there. I do feel like we have a lot of good stories. So maybe we could pick a couple of our favorite stories or finds. But we'll see what other people suggest. Okay.
That sounds good. Okay. Well, on that note, there's Michaela, my 15-year-old.
Oh, you know what you should do, Shelly, before we check out real quick? Is the puppy asleep? You haven't brought the puppy out.
Where's Benelli?
She's sleeping.
She's sleeping.
Oh.
No, is she downstairs?
No.
Yeah. She's downstairs. We won't get her tonight. We'll get her another time. I'll show her in a video. She's pretty cute. She's a little mini Australian Shepherd. No, it's getting late for everybody. It's fine. We'll show you guys next time. All right. On that note, thanks, Rachel.
Thank you, Shelly.
Love you. And thanks, guys, for watching. Yay! I think we had like 11 or 12 viewers. I'm super excited. Thanks, you guys, for watching and hanging out with us super late, for all of you East Coasters and Midwesters. And Let us know what you think and subscribe or like or whatever, comment or whatever, and we'll see you guys next week. If you want me to do a what sold video, let me know. I haven't done one in a while just because it takes a lot of time. So anyway, have a great night, you guys, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.